Welcome to Airgun Extra, brought to you in association with Crackshot, the Southwest's premier airgun centre and ranges. In this week's episode, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the kit and techniques that I use when targeting corvids using hide and decoy tactics during the springtime. Before that though, we're joining Rich Saunders out on a nighttime rabbit shoot.
Now it's a bit of an ambitious show tonight. Hopefully I haven't bitten off more than I can chew. I'm down on my fruit farm permission where I'll hopefully be getting a few rabbits that have been chewing through the fruit plants and the irrigation pipes. And I brought with me 3 different night vision products. The idea is to just sort of give you a sense of what some of the common products on the market, or the most popular products on the market, are out in the field. Now I'm not going to go into huge detail on all of them. And they're all available from Scott Country International, so if you want more information, the best thing to do is to just jump on the scottcountry.co.uk website. Now, having said that, the first product I'm using is a Hikmicro Alpex LRF 4K. Has everything you want from a night vision product. Has a day mode, has a laser rangefinder, ballistic calculator, and you can buy it with or without an IR torch. The rifle that it's on is a brand new Daystate Blackwolf. This is the rifle that was launched at the Great British Shooting Show just a few weeks ago, and this is the carbon grey model. It's a 177 12-foot-pound rifle, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how that shoots out in the field. It's been really accurate on the range. And holding the scope and the rifle together is a set of sports match scope mounts. I wouldn't use anything else, to be perfectly honest. And then finally, the only other piece of kit to mention are my Hikmicro Brocock thermal binoculars. The rabbits are a problem all year round, eating the crop and chewing through the irrigation pipes, but right now the farm's laying out new fruit plants, and the rabbits love to eat those as well. So I'm just going to have a little walk around this section of the farm, because the farmer says he's seen lots of rabbits here. And I should have said before, I'm using QYS pellets in the Blackwolf. I found them really accurate. Well, it's amazing how often that happens down here, to be honest. There's an awful lot of pipes and polytunnels and everything. I think it disturbs the noise, and sometimes the rabbits just can't hear where the sound has come from. I saw there were 2 rabbits there at about 40 metres, which is about as far as I like to take a sub 12-foot-pound rifle, to be honest. Yeah, 2 really good, nice clean kills there. I shall go and pick them up too. It's been a good half hour since I shot those 2 rabbits, so it's back to the truck to swap over to another rig and try another tactic. The second rifle I'm going to be using tonight is an FAC rated 22 caliber Daystate Delta Wolf. The electronic action means it's very tunable, and I've set this one up to shoot JTS dead center pellets at about 34 foot-pounds. The scope on top is a DNT Optic Zulus. This is a 5-20 model. There's a 3-12 as well. It's more compact than the Alpex and a little bit cheaper too. Once again, it's got a laser rangefinder and a ballistic calculator, but unlike the Alpex, the infrared illuminator is incorporated into the scope. I'm going to drive around the farm and try and shoot some rabbits out the window. It's a tactic that works really well, as the rabbits are used to farm vehicles around here. I used to drive around here in the dark, hanging out the window with my thermal trying to spot rabbits, and frankly it was only a matter of time before I ended up in a ditch. So I put this rig together. You can buy something similar already made up, but I bought all of these components separately for a fraction of the price. It's just a remote control camera gimbal which attaches to the roof of the truck with a magnetic plate, and the Brocock thermal connects to a reconditioned iPad on the dashboard via Wi-Fi. It means I can sit in the truck and control the direction of the thermal with a remote control and spot rabbits on the iPad. Well, that's the first one for the Delta Wolf and the Zulus. I picked him up at 42 metres and he's down nice and clean, so I'm going to go and pick him up. Well, that one was a real long distance one, that one. That was 86 metres, but the Zulus, the ballistic calculator, dropped me right on. And although I don't usually shoot that distance, I've got absolute faith in the Delta Wolf, and I've got a nice stable platform to shoot from, so I was quite comfortable taking that shot. So the final rifle and night vision scope I'm using tonight is a 25 foot-pound 22 caliber BRK Pathfinder. On top is another DMT optic scope. This is the Thermnight. This is the TNC 335R model, the middle of 3 different Thermnight models, which is ideal for air rifle hunting as well as rimfire actually. Like the other scopes tonight, it's got a rangefinder and a ballistic calculator, and it also has an integrated IR illuminator, but unlike the Zulus and the Alpex, it has a thermal mode, so you can swap between IR and thermal mode for spotting while still on aim at the touch of a button. I'm on another part of the farm now that is paddocks, and you know, the rabbits are a problem here because of the holes and the scrapes that they dig in the field, potential leg breaking traps for the horses. So I'm just going to have a little walk around and hopefully get a few more rabbits. There were 2 rabbits there, and they were both really close to each other, and I didn't want to run the risk of hitting one and then hitting the second one and wounding it, so I had to wait until they moved apart. First one stood up nice and tall and I took him down really nice and clean, and the second one did a matrix, jumped over the pellet, and then I missed him a second time as well. that one was only 28 metres away, and I hit it a little bit low for some reason, not quite sure why, but thankfully, because of the added power of the FAC rifle, I hit him in the chest and he's gone down nice and clean. I think I'm going to make that the last one. It's been really productive in the paddocks here. I know half a dozen rabbits or so in less than an hour. It's been a bit of a slog, to be honest. Lots of different places to walk around. Swapping between 3 guns and 3 NV products as well was hard work. But they've all performed really, really well. They're all slightly different, and they all work really, really well. There's no wrong decision basically between any of these 3 products, I don't think. It just comes down to your budget and what you're after. But anyway, hope you found that interesting, and thanks very much for watching.
Airgun Extra now has a Facebook page, so do give us a follow. We'll use it to keep you up to date with everything we're up to, and also to host some fantastic competitions. So next up, I'm taking a look at some of the kit and techniques that I use for springtime corvid control. With nesting season just getting into full swing, a lot of shooters are going to be turning their attention to corvid control and magpie shooting in particular in order to protect songbirds. So with that in mind, I thought I'd take a look through some of the kit that I use for this kind of shooting. Corvids are wary, sharp-eyed birds, so it's likely that you're going to need a hide to keep you out of sight. Now, most of my hides are built around a nylon camo systems net. Now this stuff is brilliant because apart from being discreet and very light to carry, it's also rot proof, so that means you can leave it outdoors for long periods without it coming to any harm. If you go for the Camo Systems Deluxe Heavy Duty Blind, which retails for £89.95, you get this light and very tough hide net, which measures 4.5 by 1.5 metres long. Now you also get a carry bag and hide poles. The whole lot packs down to about 1 metre long and weighs about 2.5 kilos, and the carry bag has a shoulder strap, so it's incredibly easy to carry around the woods or fields. Now the 4 poles in this kit are absolutely brilliant. They extend to 175 centimetres long, which is almost 6 feet, and they fold down to half size for transportation. And despite being very light to carry, they're also pretty strong. Now, the poles have clips on them to keep your hide net secure, and the spike on the end has a foot peg to make it easier to push into the ground. Now I'm going to post a detailed article on the Airgun Extra website, airgunextra.com, to show exactly how I go about this kind of shooting. But one thing I would say now is to really think about backdrops when you choose your hide site. Backdrops like tree trunks, banks and bushes are even more effective than dressing a hide net with vegetation when it comes to making it blend in with the surrounding environment. I like to make the most of gun support when shooting from a hide, and for me that usually means the Primus Trigger Stick Gen 3, which retails for around £179. It's a brilliant piece of kit, and as far as I'm concerned, well worth it, although the Trigger Stick Vital retails for about £60 less if you're on a tight budget. Now, trigger sticks provide a really versatile form of gun support that is easy to carry around the field. The key feature of trigger sticks is that trigger adjustment. Give it a squeeze and the legs extend, enabling you to adjust your aim whether you're taking standing shots or sitting in a hide. Now, once you release that trigger, the legs lock in position, giving you a super stable shooting platform. Now, you will have chosen an area where you know corvids to be active, but you're going to need a way to encourage them to come back and settle within striking distance of your hide, and an owl decoy is a brilliant way to achieve that at this time of year. Now, corvids, and magpies in particular, are notorious nest thieves, yet they also get very agitated and defensive if they notice a predatory bird within their territory. So the purpose of this owl decoy is to provoke that territorial instinct and aggravate those corvids into coming back for a closer look. I use the Sportplast Little Owl decoy most of the time, and you can pick it up for under £15. Now, a really important feature with this decoy, apart from the fact that it's very lifelike, is its bright, shiny eyes. Now, there's something about that shiny, glistening stare that really winds up magpies and the rest of the corvid family, and you don't seem to get the same effect with eyes that are painted on. Now, you pop this in a prominent spot and it's pretty likely that any resident corvids will soon come bundling in. I often like to add a magpie decoy to the arrangement, either on the ground or propped on a branch. Now, this is another one from Sportplast, and it seems to work just as well whether you're targeting magpies, crows or other corvids. And now I just think that its bold black and white markings, although this one is a bit mucky from heavy use, help to make the overall arrangement a little bit more eye-catching and to convince passing corvids that a mobbing is already underway. So that is some of the main items of kit that I use for this type of corvid control, using a hide and owl decoy approach during the spring months. All you really need other than that is a decent airgun that's matched with the right pellets. Now, as I've said, I will post a more detailed article about this technique on airgunextra.com. It can be a really effective approach to use at this time of year, so do give it a try. I'm afraid that's all we've got time for in this episode. Thanks again to Crackshot, and do check out their website. I'll put a link in the show description. Thank you for tuning in, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also to follow us over on Facebook. Now, if you want to find out more about the kit and techniques that I've just been talking about for my springtime corvid control, there is actually a more detailed article on the Airgun Extra website, airgunextra.com. We'll be back again with more in a fortnight. In the meantime, enjoy your shooting and stay safe.